Hey everybody, Tim here with today's review of Doctor Who, story number 17, The Time Meddler. So this is the end of season 2, and it's a great season finale. I mean, we can't really think of it in that sort of sense, but this is a really interesting story, a really great story. In fact, I have a couple of friends who really like this, like Mist and John both love this story, and the character that comes out of it, the monk. So the monk is the first time that we have met another species of the Doctor. The Time Lord has not actually been named yet, but the monk is the same as the Doctor. And to be honest with you, like, I've always felt like the monk never got as much attention as he deserved. We see him now, and we'll see him one other time, but like even today, every time they come out with something new for the Doctor, I'm like, okay, when are we going to see the monk again? And we never do. So it's a little disappointing. So this episode is the story is 4 episodes long, and it's the kind of the introduction of Stephen Taylor. Now, we saw him in the last storyline, but it didn't really like focus on him. He had a very, very short part where it's almost like you blink and you miss him. And it's almost like he dies at the very end, because especially the end of that story is the Doctor and Vicky getting in the TARDIS and leaving. And this story starts with them in the TARDIS and Vicky, now it's just the two of them, and Vicky's like, so do you miss them? And he's like, yeah, I miss Susan, and I miss Ian, and I miss Barbara, and I miss all of them. Because at this point, the Doctor's the only one that's like the only original cast member. And so they find out that Stephen has actually like stowed away on board the TARDIS, and he escaped the explosion. And he ran through the jungle and managed to find the TARDIS and get into it. And it's kind of funny. There's a great scene where he's like, I don't understand what's going on, Doc. And the Doctor's like, don't call me Doc. And it's kind of a fun scene. So anyways, the team the Doctor, Stephen, and Vicky arrive in 1066, and Vicky and the Doctor are trying to convince Stephen that it's a time machine, because he just doesn't believe it. And especially he finds like a pocket watch or something. It almost looks like Rolex, to be honest. He finds a watch, and he's like, see, this isn't the past, this is the present, and there's always an explanation. And they end up finding the monk, and it's a really great story about how the monk is like trying to capture the Doctor, and how he is a time meddler, which goes completely against everything the Doctor believes in. And he's been going to the future to get things and bring them to the past, so that way he can change the future to the way he wants it to be. And it's really kind of interesting the way he goes about it. Vicky and Stephen end up finding his own, the monk's TARDIS, and it's like in the shape of a sarcophagus. But it's kind of great, and it's a fun scene where they think that he's captured the Doctor, and they're like, well, are you sure you haven't seen him? And he's like, no, I haven't. And he's like, well, are you going to remember the description? He's like, yeah, like black coat, long white hair, I gotcha. And they're like, we never gave him the description of what the Doctor looked like. So it's a lot of like back and forth, because the monk is very smart, but he also gets played quite a bit in this. At one point, I really like how the Doctor, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but the Doctor like talks to the monk about, oh, this is your master plan. This is what you were going to do all along. The next time we see the monk is in the storyline, the Daleks' master plan. So I feel like that's a little bit of a foreshadow, or just a hell of a coincidence. But overall, I really enjoyed the storyline. I thought it was really interesting to see the monk, to kind of get to know him a little bit. And like I said, I kind of wish we would get to see him again. For those who have seen this episode or this story, what do you think about Stephen as the new companion? What do you think about the monk and the Doctor, seeing another member of the Doctor's race? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you guys next time for Galaxy 4.